So today in this video, I am explaining about your document object model or DOM. Document object means the HTML document, we call it as a document object. When an HTML document is loaded in the browser, we call it as a document object. It is actually the root element that represents the HTML document. This root element, that is this document object, has properties and methods. By the help of this document object, we can add dynamic content to our web page. Once again, I am telling that when you write an HTML document, when it is loaded in the browser, it becomes a document object. It is actually the root element. With the help of this document object, you can add dynamic content to your web page. So this document object has properties and methods. W3 consortium, that is World Wide Web Consortium, defined a document object is as a platform and a language neutral interface that allows programs and scripts to dynamically access, update the content, structure and style of a document. So, that what I already defined is explained once more. Document object is actually the HTML document that is displayed in that window. The document object has various properties that refers to other objects which allows to access or modify the document content. Okay. The document objects are defined in a hierarchy structure. This hierarchical structure applies to the organization of objects in a web document. So already I mentioned that W3C is a DOM is a W3 standard. It defines a standard for accessing the documents. This W3 DOM standard is actually separated into three different parts. One is core DOM, XML DOM and HTML DOM. Core DOM is the standard model for all HTML document types. XML DOM is actually a standard model for XML documents and HTML DOM is the standard model for HTML document. So in this video we are concentrating on HTML DOM. HTML DOM is actually a standard object model and a programming interface for HTML. Here the HTML elements are viewed as objects. The properties of all HTML elements is defined. It also defines the methods to access HTML elements. It defines the events for all HTML elements. Or the HTML DOM is a standard to get, change, add or delete an HTML elements to a web page. Here is an example that shows the usage of HTML DOM methods and properties. When I write this HTML page, you can see in this blue box the HTML code. In the code, you can see in the body part there is an H2 tag and there is a paragraph tab with ID DOMO. And here I write document.getElementById.innerHTML. Document is the HTML document. It gets the element HTML element of ID demo. That is, it accesses the paragraph tag. Inner HTML is the property. Get element by ID is the method, and inner HTML is the property of that method. It shows hello world. So it accesses the paragraph ID with the demo and displayed the content hello world as a paragraph. So here the paragraph element ID is accessed. The HTML element paragraph. HTML tag paragraph is accessed and it will show the hello world. So in order to get here we are using two HTML DOMs. One is the HTML DOM method, that is get element by ID, and HTML DOM property, that is inner HTML. You can set or you can change the HTML DOM property. This is an example. So get element by ID is a method that is used to access an HTML element. Inner HTML is a property to get the content of an HTML element. Okay, you can use other methods to find HTML elements. One method is document.getElementById. Using this method, you can access the HTML element with a specific ID. You can also use get element by tag name, or you can use get element by class name. So usage of this will be explained in the coming videos. So this is a symbol hierarchy for HTML DOM objects. So with the object model, JavaScript gets all the powers to create dynamic HTML. So JavaScript can change HTML element, can change HTML attributes, can change CSS styles, can remove existing HTML elements, can add new HTML elements, can react to HTML elements, can create new HTML elements. These are the advantages of this DOM model where the JavaScript can get all the power it needs to create the dynamic HTML. Okay. So this is to write something to an HTML document, you use document.write method. To write a string as a new line, you can use document.writeElement method. You can get the element with a given ID using document.getElement by ID. You can access a tag by its name using document.getElement by name, or you can use tag name as document.getElement by tag name, or you can use class name to get the elements. So next slide I will explain some of the uses. Here there is a program. Here HTML with the JavaScript is there. Here the script tag, we can use JavaScript code, and there is a form is created. Here there is a text box and enter name is shown with a text box. You entered some name. There is also a button in this code. On clicking the button, print value function is executed. That is actually a JavaScript function. What it do is, it gets the document1 dot form1. Form1 is the name of the form. So it access form1 dot name. Name is the name of the text box dot value. So that will get and display an alert box, and it shows welcome that name. So when you type this one and save it as .html, when you open it a browser, you can see a enter name and a corresponding text box, and there is a button. On the top of the button you can see print name. On clicking the print name, there is a box will come, and when you type something to the input box, then alert box will come and will show welcome that what you are typing. Okay. This is a JavaScript program to display a name using button and a text box. Here also we are using document.form1.name.value property. This is another program to find a cube of a number using button and a text box. Here there is a text box with the enter number, label is enter number and a corresponding text box, and there is a button. On the top of the button you have name as cube. So on clicking the cube, there is a JavaScript function. What it do is, it gets document.getElement by ID. So it access the element with ID number. Here the text box has the ID number. What you type is getting by this function, and will access the value of this function by using dot value, and it will be stored in number, and alert box come with number into number into number, that is the cube of that number will be displayed. This example shows the usage of get element by ID. Another example that shows the usage of get element by name. Here the HTML element is accessed by using get element by name method. Here there are two radio buttons, male and female. The radio button's name is gender, and here there is a button. On clicking the button, total elements function will be executed. This function will be written by JavaScript, will be written in JavaScript, and the value on the top of the button you can see total genders. On clicking the button, this will be executed. Here you can see an HTML DOM document dot get elements by name. So here the HTML elements is accessed by name, and its value is name value is gender will be accessed, and it will be printed. All genders dot length will be printed. This is the usage of get element by name. This is another example that shows the usage of document dot get element by tag name. Here paragraph is used, so we can use paragraph P. P is the paragraph. Okay. Here it will display total paragraph length. So here P is paragraph tag, his tag paragraph. So there is three paragraphs. So that it will display 3. Total paragraph is 3. It will be displayed in the alert box. I think that this example also will be clear. In the next video, I will explain about the jQuery. With that session, we will end the module 4.